During the Easter season, we read all the gospel accounts of the resurrection of Jesus. This Sunday, it's Luke's account. Like the other Easter gospels, Luke says that some women, Mary Magdalene is the first mentioned, went to the tomb of Jesus at daybreak on Easter Sunday to complete the burial anointings of his body, but they find the stone rolled away and the tomb is empty. They're told by two figures in dazzling garments that Jesus is not here. He's been raised, so remember what he said to you while he was still with you in Galilee. The women believe, but when they bring the news to the apostles, to Peter and the others, they're met with unbelief. The women believe, but the men don't. Luke's gospel is known for its appreciation of the faith of women, beginning with Mary, the mother of Jesus. Luke's gospel also has that beautiful story of the two disciples on the way to Emmaus to whom Jesus appears. And like the other disciples, they don't believe the women who came with the news of his resurrection. They're on their way home now. Only when Jesus walks with them as a stranger and opens the scriptures to them do their hearts begin to burn within them. Finally, they recognize him in the breaking of the bread. When the two of them return to Jerusalem to be with the others, Jesus himself comes into their midst and shows them the wounds in his hands and his side. He eats with them. Again, he explains the scriptures to them. He speaks to them. Then they believe. All the appearances of Jesus take place in Jerusalem in Luke's gospel. They all take place in one day. The risen Jesus speaks to them in the words of the scriptures. His voice is very important in Luke's gospel. The scriptures are very important. And they seem more important than showing them his hands and his side and eating with them. His words are important. So we need to learn from Luke's gospel to listen to the words of Jesus, to hear him in the scriptures. Because when we hear the scriptures, the risen Jesus speaks. We can hear his voice even now. We can hear him speak in the Old Testament as well as the New. That's the way he spoke to his disciples, through the words of Scripture. The Scriptures are not just words, they're words of the Lord. That's what we say at Mass. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So his words can touch our hearts too. They can lift up our hopes. His words can make our hearts burn within and give us life. His words remain with us. So let's not miss reading the scriptures and listening to them. Jesus speaks to us in them.